Hello guys, my name is Tolu and welcome to this channel. Alright, so what does God have for us in this period? Many weeks ago, I was meditating and for a very long time I kept hearing the word divine provisions, divine provisions. And I want to believe that in this season, God is going to be divinely providing for His children. Yes, I know how things are, believe me. I mean, increase in food prices, many things going on. But God said in the midst of this famine or in the midst of this season of lack and want, He is going to be providing for His children. Yes. So this reminds me of the story of the Israelites when they were leaving the land of Egypt after being in slavery for 430 years. I'm sure you know that when the Israelites were leaving, they didn't have houses and cars. They didn't have possessions. Most of the possessions that they got were gotten from the Egyptians, because before they left the land of Egypt, God made the Egyptians give them things. So I want to believe that's part of God's provisions. These are people that had nothing because all their life they lived as slaves. So they had nothing to themselves. So peradventure you are wondering, how would I survive in this season? I mean, okay, maybe you have a business that is not working, or probably you might even be working a 9 to 5 job or something, but things are not moving. God is the only one that can sincerely provide for you. All you need to do is put your trust in Him. Yes, those that what trust in the Lord will not be what puts to shame in this season. So just like the Israelites, God provided for them. And remember again, the same Israelites were on their journey to the promised land. I can imagine they had nothing. They had no farm. I used to think about it that how did they even imagine leaving the land of Egypt that had some things that they could manage with, and they were walking to or going on a journey to an unknown land? Peradventure, they would have thought about it that this is the most craziest thing to ever do, because it doesn't make sense. At least Egypt was better off. Let's look at it. They had something there, but because they trusted in God, or let's say they trusted in Moses that knew God, but they trusted in God and they knew that God would see them through. And that's exactly what God did. God provided for them food, manna, quail from heaven. He provided water. He provided shelter. He provided protection. Can you imagine? Like, just picture this scenario in your mind. Being in the desert, being in a place like a no man's land, and God was just providing for these people supernaturally. So let's just say in this period, God is going to be providing for His children in that same way. Supernatural provisions that will just come from maybe just obeying certain instructions or just trusting in God. So I want you in this season to stir up your faith more than ever. Don't put your trust in man. Don't put your trust in the things that you are doing, because anything can happen tomorrow. I'm sure you know how food prices go up today, go down tomorrow. Things happen, this happen, that happens. It is only God that can provide for you in this season. And that is one of the reasons why I shared this story of the Israelites on their way to the what promised land. Alright, this is what God has for us in this season. He will provide for us all our needs according to His riches in glory, according to Philippians 4 verse 19. So put your trust in God in this season. Trust in Him. He will provide supernaturally. He will bring provisions from nowhere you wouldn't expect. It might even be somewhere you've even sold many years back, you don't even remember. It might be a total stranger, just like the raven that fed Elijah for a period of time when there was famine in the land. And remember that same period, God led Elijah to the house of a widow who fed him for a period too. This is how God will be providing for His children supernaturally. So all you need to do is trust in Him. This is what God has for us in this season. Alright, see you guys soon.